What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Today, I want to respond to my dear brother, Dr. UMAR Johnson. And for those people who feel like I'm against our brother, I'm very critical of our brother, the second is the case. I'm also a strong advocate or brother known in the Pan-African community, in the pro-black community. I'm known all over the world, not to the level of Dr. UMAR for sure. But I believe that the in which Dr. UMAR Johnson delivers 97 or 98% of the time, I'm in agreement. He is a marvelous articulator of a black mind, of a competing black culture, at least in his teachings, in his intellect, that I cannot take away from him. But I think that Dr. UMAR has went a little overboard in some of his discussions towards African-American men or black men in general, but black men in America in particular, which has caused somewhat of a division towards him from the brothers. And you remember back in 2015, Dr. UMAR Johnson had a lot of support from black men, me included. But he has lost a lot of favor with brothers. And there's one time I had just completely lost out on Dr. UMAR. I've since understood that brothers are not perfect. And that Dr. UMAR Johnson is not a builder. He is more or less a historian and intellectual. But the problem that he got himself into is trying to do something which he's not capable of. Which he is, in my honest opinion, he's just a teacher and intellectual, which is what he stands in. But he came out with this particular commentary about black men and self-hatred. I want to play that and then I'm going to come back.
Black men date out their race more than all other men put together. You know why? Racial inferiority. We don't think we're as good as the white man, so we need the white woman in order for us to feel an artificial sense of equality. It is self-hatred to the 20th power. I'm not against white women, but I support black women. And in my support of black women, I cannot condone interracial dating. But let's look at the economics. Take the romance out. Take the emotion out. Let's look at the economics. Marriage is a business contract. Women on average live longer than men. So if I marry a white woman and I die prematurely, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. I die prematurely, rest in peace, marvelous Marvin Hagler. That white woman is not going to take any of the wealth that I built as a black man and give it to the black community so we can help regenerate ourselves. She's going to keep that money for herself, and all that black money will go back into the hands of white society. Interracial marriage is economic betrayal.
So I want to play brother Mark Cruz. Mark Cruz is a good brother of mine. He sends a lot of commentary. And Mark Cruz responded to this by saying this.
This is not only gaslighting, but this is the most frivolous shit that I ever heard a black man say. How are you going to say that you support black women, but yet you are not even married to neither one of your baby's moms? But yet you expect good, hardworking men to save 304s. Women that rejected good men to be with Pookie and Ray Ray, out of here. Don't provide no dough for no. And I don't give a nobody say. Date the woman that treats you better, no matter the races. Because it's not about race. It's about the heart and how the person treats you. That's all it's about. How are you going to listen to somebody that's not even married to either one of his baby's moms? Date the person that likes you. As long as you are happy, that is all that matters.
So guys, this is I want to deal with brother Mark Cruz, although what he can his commentary could be considered an ad hominem because it's against the original argument of what Dr. UMAR is saying. I would have to say, because Dr. UMAR is so vocal, and I agree with the Dr. UMAR is dealing with a concept, but brother Mark is dealing with him, and we can concede if he's right or wrong. But the situation is this, UMAR, you are telling black men what they need to be doing as a black man who has, and you're going to come across this, 2 different women you had a baby by out of, we would say, wedlock. Okay. You were not married to these women. And it wasn't the same woman, it was a different woman. And it was twice. Yet you're talking about marriage is a business that Dr. Umar does not actively participate in. And this is where we lose credibility. Although he's dealing with a concept and Mark is not, we cannot get around the fact that credibility is everything. Because if we are to say that a black man married to a white woman can't have a voice in the black community, and most pro-blacks will definitely agree with that. Black people who are married to white people, hardcore pro-blacks, ain't got time for a person like that. I'm just gonna be honest. In the communities that I rock with, and I've always been in these sort of circles, I just never have been so public with it because I've always been supportive of black men. I've been more willing to work with black men wherever they were at. And I never wanted to push my particular leanings on people. I've just been a little bit more adamant about that the last year. But in the pro-black community, we don't want to hear that. I'm just gonna be honest. And it has nothing to do with we hate blacks or hating whites or whatever. Most brothers and sisters, hardcore and hard body pro-black, do not want to hear somebody like Cornel West talking about nothing. And at the same point, for people talking about the black family and what black men should be doing, and you not doing it, they have a right, brother, to come out and deal with you on that particular argument. Because if you want to be a thought leader, if you're going to carry conversations and be so adamant about that particular position, I'm somewhere in the middle with the whole marriage thing. I will get married one day. I don't have no kids out there for sure. But if you're going to go out with that position and brothers want to say, look, you need to shut your mouth talking about us when you don't live what you're talking about, brother. I don't think nothing wrong with that. I think it is against the argument for sure. But what most brothers are dealing with a concept here. Umar's dealing with one concept, and they're dealing with the concept is, as a man, you got to practice what you preach, brother. You got to practice what you preach. And if you can't do that, a lot of brothers don't want to. That's why Umar can't have really a lot of relationships with a lot of black men. Because a lot of brothers look at Umar as if he is phony. As if Umar is the ultimate alpha male. He can do whatever the hell he want to do, and everybody else got to suffer behind him, which a lot of brothers ain't going for that. I'm just gonna be honest. Brothers ain't going for that shit. You have to live what you are talking about in this life. And if you can't do that, man, you need to, with certain topics, sit your ass down. Sit down. There's certain things in the black community I shouldn't really be talking about, because that, for the most part, I can give a slightly of an opinion. But if I'm gonna come down hard on somebody, it is somebody can come back and say, hey, well, and again, I know that I'm dealing with a concept, just like Umar's dealing with a concept, but Umar got kids out of wedlock. And even though Umar is dealing with a concept, this person is dealing with him. Who are you to tell somebody and you're pooking it up yourself? You're dusting it up yourself. Stop talking to me about the black family when you are dusting it up yourself. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Pretty sure for all you serve the bell. I'm out.